All right, you're back with Rockin' with G-Rock's Demo Radio on KTSTFM.com, and that was Sean Roberts. So that was your second release.
Yeah.
Boy Inside the Man.
Title track.
Title track. Very cool. Okay. So we're going to go to the first
Album. Yeah.
Stories Told and Untold. And can you give us a little background about that, or?
This is actually, that album came out in 2002, so it's been about 12 years that album's been out.
Wow.
Yeah, and I got signed to a small independent label called Gemini Records back in 2001, and the following year I was able to put out this album. And they've been very, very kind with me overall and through the years. I'm still signed with them.
Really?
And I brought a couple of different projects to the label, a couple that I was a part of, including Syria South. So the first project I brought to him was a comedy band that I was in called Bob Knows Best.
Benny plays it all the time.
Great
Benny
guy.
loves it. Oh, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Benny will be following us.
Yeah, so I mean, with Bob Knows Best, I was with the band for about four and a half years or so, and then we parted ways. But we did 3 albums together.
No, that's like those parodies. And
well,
comedy.
it was a comedy band, and basically, it was funny because I met one of the vocalists, Graham Beckdahl, when I worked at Disney, and we had worked together for a while, and I knew he was a singer, and he told me that he was in another band and everything. I'm like, oh, cool, I'd love to come check him out. And every so often we would, meet in passing, backstage or something. And I always ask him how the band's doing, how's the band doing? He goes, oh, we just lost our guitar player. And I said, well, if you need help, let me know. And he was kind of like, well, I don't know if if it's your thing or whatever. I'm like, well, what kind of music you do? And he kind of told me, and I went, well, let me just come down and check it out. And saw the potential, basically, with the band overall. And yeah, it wasn't my cup of tea, but I saw the potential for them. And it was basically, kind of like a Weird Al thing. They had their own originals, which I thought were really cool. A little bit more adult-oriented. Than Weird Al.
Can't put it on the show.
And but I saw it, and we went out and we did the first album, which was Get Your Hair Did, and we did very, very well with that overall. And then did the second one, which is Ancient Chinese Foos Fight, and then
Benny really likes that.
We did the last album was basically was a compilation album of live shows, which is called Let's Get Ready to Stumble. And still friends with a couple of guys, Graham and Scott Carey, which were the lead vocalists of the group. But unfortunately, the group is no longer together anymore.
Right.
So, but still, I mean, the albums are out there. They can go on my website. So, because I've got a new website now, by the way.
Okay.
So, which is simply SeanRoberts.net.
Very cool.
So it's got all the albums up there, everything from my solo stuff to Serious Sound to Bob Knows Best. It's also got videos up there, everything from live performances, the videos for Affection and Love Doesn't Live Here Anymore, and a couple of videos from here too. When I've been here playing for you and everything.
Right.
So
Yeah.
in fact, I got one of the videos with me and Robert Dean in here.
Right, Robert Dean. Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Teaches you how to play guitar and DVD.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Dean. Okay, so Stories Told and Untold.
Mm-hmm.
That was your first.
It was the first album, and what it was basically
you do everything. You produce it, write it.
Yeah,
you did everything.
Well, with that one, I wasn't too sure of what to do, so I took some songs that I had written with when I was with some other bands previously, and then I mixed it in with some brand new material. So, which is why I called it Stories Told and Untold, because some songs have been told, some haven't. So I think the song you're going to be playing right now is called "Sing Me to Sleep."
Okay.
And I think it's cut 5, I believe.
Yep.
And that one I co-wrote with a very good friend of mine. Matter of fact, he came down to Mavericks on Friday, which is Brett Hutchinson, and he's been in a couple of cover bands himself and everything. But we're old college buddies basically, and we actually found each other back on Facebook, which is kind of cool. And he's actually drummed for me a few times for my solo stuff.
Cool.
So Brett and I actually wrote this song together.
All right, let's check it out right now.
Sing Me to Sleep.
You are rocking with G-Rock, and this is the Demo Radio. Wow, that was pretty good.
Thank you. Not for a song 12 years old. Actually, older
Really?
than that.
Yeah, because you wrote it before.
Yeah, way before. Yeah.
All right, that was more rockish.
Very, very,
Yeah.
very, very rockish. I mean, my background
Yeah.
basically is a pop rock artist. You
Right.
know? I mean, my background. I mean, I listen to pretty much everything from, you know, the big band stuff to you know, the 50s rock and roll, you know, all the way to, you know, show tunes and you know, Latin jazz and everything. But my main forte has always been pretty much a pop rock flavor
Right.
overall. So just kind of following in that line. So yeah, it's a little bit edgier, but not too much though.
Then so you've been doing some twangy stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was kind of funny because when I started to do after the whole thing with Bob Knows Best, you know, it was like, geez, what do I do now, kind of a thing. And I was actually part of a band called White with Jonathan White, and
I didn't know.
yeah, and I was his lead guitar player on his tour, and that was like late 2007, early 2008, and so, you know, like I said, I was his lead guitar player. And then after that, I was kind of like going, okay, now what? And then the label comes back to me and says, well, okay, you know, you're done with Bob Knows Best, you're done with that tour. We still need you for 2 more albums. So, you know,
Wow.
we need you to go back.
Because you were.
Yeah, I was still signed.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I still had to fulfill my contract
Right.
for my own contract. And because with Bob Knows Best, you know, it was a four and a half year deal. So I had to put my solo stuff on hold.
Right.
And then come back and then do my stuff again. I'm like kind of like, okay. And I got together with a buddy of mine who's known me for a number of years, Oscar Hu, and he was my executive producer on the album. He goes, well, why don't we do something a little bit different? And so he was the one who kind of suggested of doing the pop rock thing with mixing it with a little bit more of a Nashville flavor. So that's why Boy Inside the Man sounds a little bit different. We got banjos in there, a couple of different things here and there. And then by the time that Marie and I got together and we started writing stuff, you know, she kind of pushed it more full-on country rock.
Right.
And
It does have a twangy flavor.
Oh, yeah,
Serious.
absolutely.
And we will play that in a little bit.
Oh yeah, and so by the time, you know, with that and everything, so then I took that to the label, some of the demos that we did, and they were kind of like, oh, okay, you're 2 for 2, you know. So they gave us you know a one label deal with optional second. So we still got to possibly fulfill the second one, and but now with that, now it's kind of like, okay, now we're going full country kind of a thing. So
Right.
it's just totally different. So now with this
Well,
third,
you're very talented.
well, thank you, man. Thank you.
And I mean that, you know that. So tell us about the new stuff here.
Well, okay. Now, it was so funny because, you know, I came in last week for your birthday show, which is kind of cool.
Right.
You know, and you had who was it here? 'Cause those,
Mighty Mojo Prophets?
dude, those guys were
Man,
freaking
were
awesome.
they good or what?
And this room, and since you're filming this over here, this room was filled
Yeah.
with, like, I mean, we are
Five
talking
guys.
some like major serious male
Yeah, she had
James
to
Bond
stand.
going
She had
on.
to stand in the corner.
You know, and she's
Cheer it.
thin, and she had to like suck it in herself to get these guys in here. You had the bass player
Was sitting on
was
the
sitting
thing.
over here, you know, on the counter or whatever.
Yeah, TT.
And then,
it was full.
you know, and then the drummer was sitting here or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you had the harmonica guy
Harmonica.
singing here, and I don't know what was
Guitar
over
player.
here. So, you know, it was just like, what the heck is going on? And but I
good.
mean, they were phenomenal.
West Coast Blues from Long Beach.
They were just freaking phenomenal.
Yeah, check them out.
Yeah, and with everything, but I mean, with the new stuff that I've got, so kind of getting back on track, keep it in form with your show, Demo Radio. So between last week and coming in this week, you know, 'cause you had asked me, I figured, you know what, I'm going to go see if I can find any old demos of mine
Oh.
that I did. So I found a couple of things here that I did. This is probably maybe about 5-6 years ago, and it was supposed to be for technically my second album, but it got shelved
Right.
because I started doing the Bob Knows Best stuff.
Right.
And so the first track here is a song called "A Girl Like You," and so just go ahead and play it.
All right.
Go ahead and play that.
So this
Spin
is
it, as
the
they
Demo
say.
Radio, KTST FM Anaheim.
Rocking it with the G-Rock.
All right, we're back.
There
Sean
you go.
Roberts. I like that one.
Yeah. Now,
Girl Like You.
Now, just a little side note here. Now, like I said, that was supposed to be my, one of the songs on my second album.
Right.
So the second album was going to be called In Others' Words, and it was going to be a group of songs from songwriters and people and other artists that basically I admire. So that's a cover song, and that one was written actually by the late Janie Lane from Warren.
Wow.
So it was never released as a song at all whatsoever.
Wow,
the only way you could find that song is on a video, which is basically their Cherry Pie video. And
Really?
Jenny was doing an interview with a bunch of, with the camera and everything, and he was kind of demoing some of the songs that were going to be on their third album. That was one of them. It never made it. So I kind of finished it out and repeated some things here and there and made it a full song. So that's where that one came from.
Okay. That was very cool.
Thank you, man.
Definitely rocked that one.
Yeah, it was fun. That was fun. That was fun to do.
So, what do you want? You want to do another one from there? You want to do Serious
Let's do a Serious South one, man.
Okay.
Let's do a Serious South one. Do the last track, because I know you like 69 Stang.
I like it.
You love 69 Stang.
Yeah. And you got to go to Serious South YouTube for
Title
American
track.
Steel. Awesome. And it's Sirius, Syrius, Serious South. This is the last track, 69 Stand. And you are rocking with G-Rock. And this is the Demo Radio. All right, we're back. You're rocking with G-Rock and Sean Roberts. That was Serious South. Now that one was more rocker because the other ones were more...
Oh, definitely more country.
Country flavor. Yeah, we'll play those a little bit.
And that one, and that song featured my guitar player that had played with me also with my solo stuff, which is James McCosar. So,
Very
yeah, because
cool.
he did the solo on that.
Okay. So we got to take care of some business.
Got to pay the bills.
Got to pay the bills. We'll be right back. You are rocking with G-Rock. This is G-Rock's Demo Radio. The very talented, the very personable Sean Roberts. Thanks for the demo.
Yes.
On the Demo Radio.
There you go. So,
okay.
Yeah, so another song that I found for you, and again, this is all part of the In Others' Words thing that got shelved. So a lot of people know who Huey Lewis is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, his biggest album was called Sports, which had
Right.
like all the biggest hits in there.
Right.
I Want a New Drug,
I Want a New
and
Drug.
everything. Well, this little gem was on there, and it really hit home with me, and I'm sure it did with him too. And it's called "I Finally Found a Home," and it's basically it gives an artist's perspective of finding his home on a stage, performing. So,
Oh, that's what it means.
Yep. So yeah, just go ahead and play it. You'll hear what I'm talking about.
Okay, check it out. Sean Roberts. Finally found a home. KTSTFM.com, Anaheim. All right.
Oh, so sing along with my own songs here.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least you didn't lip sync it. Yeah, that was very cool.
Yeah, no, it was fun putting that thing together. It just got shelved. Like I said, I got caught up with a couple other things.
Yeah, they tell you what the...
No.
that was your-
I mean, that was my thing. Because I mean, the album was I want to say done fairly quickly though, but I know the the drums were done pretty much almost in one day.
Wow.
And we did it a little bit backwards because I kind of did all the other tracks first to a click track, and the drummer came in and we went to a studio with a friend of mine actually who lived out in Riverside, Rausa, and the drummer came in and just did everything pretty much in almost one day. We went there like early in the morning. We didn't leave till like late at night and try to get everything done as much as we can. And but no, it just got kind of shelved because I think other things were going on, and then the whole thing with Bob Knows Best kind of came into play, and I brought them to the label, and they signed us, so my focus went to there. And then when I came back to after Bob Knows Best, like I said, my whole focus just changed, basically.
Right.
And so then I just wanted to do something new. So they said, okay, well, do whatever you want and what have you. And so, all new, brand new material, basically. So, and it sounds fresher, I think, too.
And you heard it first on the Demo Radio.
So, but yeah, all these were just demo songs.
And if you want me to play your music, you want to play live in the studio, you can reach me at grock, the number 4, the letter U, at yahoo.com, or Gmail for me at gmail.com. And don't forget to go to G-Rock's Demo Radio YouTube. After the show tonight, Kira's doing all the videotaping. She does a great job. You can see all our past podcasts on G-Rock's Demo Radio YouTube. Okay, so next week is NASCAR, And I'm going to been doing it for 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I started in 2010. Vinny does all the photography. He gets the bib and the vest and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to try to get TT to do a show.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
I haven't seen her for a while.
No, last week.
Oh, that's right. She was here last week.
But
that's right.
yeah, she's been in and out. So check this out right now.
One of my favorite artists, as just an individual and with the group that he was with, was Michael Nesmith of the Monkees.
Wow.
So.
And you know everybody.
Well, well, he was famous, yeah, you know. But so one of the songs that he did during the whole Monkees thing was a song called Papa Jean's Blues. And
I never, really?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I had another friend of mine, John Jorgensen, who's toured with Elton John, and he's doing his own thing, doing the Django Reinhardt gypsy jazz guitar. He actually did a tribute album for Michael with a number of other artists, and he did You Just May Be the One from the Monkees. And it was so funny because when John and I were talking about it, he was telling me, I was like, oh, what song? And he tells me, I said, oh, off the Headquarters albums. And he just looks at me and he's kind of like, so you're like a huge Monkees fan or a Nesmith fan? I said, both. And he goes, oh, okay. And he did a fabulous job on that. And so I picked Papa Jean's Blues, and it's a very, very country. It's a little bit different than the way the Monkees played it, though. But still has that the little bit of that twang with it, though.
All right. You're going to play that right now.
Yeah.
Check this out.
Spirit.
Sean Roberts. Wow, that was pretty good.
A little different, huh?
Did they play that on the show, or?
Yeah. Matter of fact, the show, if I remember correctly, I can't remember the episode name, but there's a show where Davy Jones has to babysit this horse for this kid because the kid can't keep the horse or whatever.
Right.
And it's on that episode. And there's another episode where they go to a farm, or no, I'm sorry, it's the same episode. They go to the farm to help work off the pay or whatever so the kid can keep the horse. So, and that's the song, one of the songs that they play, you know, on it. So, yeah, it's a really cool tune. It's a really, really cool tune.
Okay, like next week, I said we're going to be at the NASCAR track in Fontana. And then March 30th, I opened up the show at Seville Street Blues. It'll be my in-studio guest. April 6th, Patrick Carrico, very cool guy, plays acoustic, and he has a drummer that has this like little small kit, drum kit.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mick Rhodes from the Inland Empire. Now that's April 13th. Mick Rhodes and the Hard 8, but we cannot get 8, 9, 10 people in here, so it's going to be Mick Rhodes and the Hard 5.
Dude, I was going to say, I'm surprised you got like 6 in here last
No, we had 5, 6, 7. And then April 20th, Easter Sunday. I don't know what's going on for that. And
Church.
then, you know, yeah. And I'll be coming, but that'll be 4 years I've been on the radio here at American Radio Network. KTST.
Play some gospel.
420. Can you believe it? 420. I don't do that stuff anymore. So, but this one has a story, right? This one has a story. Stories told and unto tall in the saddle.
Yeah. That one. That one is a really cool song.
Let's check that one out.
Yeah, that song I wrote a number of years ago when I went to go see the movie Young Guns 2.
Right.
And what happened was that I went to go see it at Grauman's Shiny Theater. I got tickets because I got some friends of mine to go see the premiere of it. And you know, if you've never been to Grauman's, it's a freaking huge theater inside.
Yeah.
And I might be exaggerating here, but the center section, I mean, you're probably talking like 40 seats, and then the wing sides, you know, and everything are like probably like 20 seats, so, you know, half the size. So you kind of got to imagine I'm like, you know, 2/3 of the way down and about 1/3 of the way in. You know, sit in the middle section, and the opening shot comes in and everything, and as soon as it goes from the present day to, you know, the Old West, and that camera goes over the cliff and you see the horses riding down in the canyon being chased and everything,
right,
all of a sudden this song came to my head. So now I get up
right during the movie.
It started the movie.
See that?
And so I get up and I'm kind of doing like from that Bugs Bunny, you know, short, going, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me. And I leave. So I go out to the lobby and ask for a napkin, basically, and a pen, and I just start writing down these lyrics. I then asked my friends had rented a limousine, so I had asked the limo driver to drive me home. and on the way home, I'm penning the song and just writing. Get home, I kind of finish the lyrics, and the next week, the following week, basically, I just started revamping the lyrics a little bit, and then started working on the music, and pretty much the rest is what you hear on the recording.
Okay, let's check that out. I can't believe you wrote that. What, you just got up and it just came to your head?
Yeah, it did. It really did. What took longer, though, was writing the music for it.
Well, yeah.
It had to be perfect for me.
Okay,
you know?
so do you usually do it that process? You do it different?
As a songwriter, I'll start with a working title.
Right.
I mean, everybody's different, and I've got I got a couple of different methods. One of them is I'll start with a working title. So sometimes I'll go into used record stores or used CD stores, whatever, and I'll look at other artists that maybe have done CDs and albums that I don't even know, and I'll just look at the back of the CD, and I'll just look at titles and go, that's an interesting one. And I'll just jot it down. I'll then go back and put those in my book, and then when I'm ready to write, I'll look at different titles and kind of go back and look at it, see what sparks something. And then next to the title, I might write a little bit of a synopsis of what that song might be about based upon the title.
And then you do the music?
No, that's just
the lyrics.
That's just the lyrics, and then I'll go back and and then start writing lyrics for that based on the synopsis that I wrote, and then I'll go back in and then write the music for it last. Sometimes, most of the time, it happens that way for me. Sometimes I'll have a lick or something and just hold on to it for a few years. And there's a song off my first one called "Move On." And the lick in that one I just had, and I just held on to it, and finally the lyrics kind of came to me. Same thing with "All I Know." I co-wrote that one with my buddy Oscar Ooh, and Oscar actually wrote the music for that one. And while he was playing it, I'm going through all of my different lyrics and shuffling the different lyrics and everything, trying to find the right one to go with what he wrote overall. So the process is different every time.
Right. So Serious South, you wrote with Marie.
With Marie, yeah. I'll probably say about half the album I co-wrote with her overall.
Okay.
The process with that, Marie had all these ideas that were in her head, and she didn't know how to get them out. So I kind of helped her with that, and song structure and so forth, things of that nature. So then with that, she would kind of bring all these different songs to me, and I would kind of go thumbs up or thumbs down, kind of a thing.
Oh,
and
yeah, right.
Yeah, well, because not only that, because I was kind of, at first I was looking at this as being her solo album, basically, but she wanted me all the way through, which is how we kind of created Serious South. It's basically a rock country duo. It's the two of us. So, so some of the songs we literally co-wrote together. Some of them basically she wrote, I just produced it and everything. But it's a true collaboration as an overall entity on it. American Steel is pretty much hers overall.
And man, what a video, everybody! You have to go to Serious South YouTube and see this video. It is very professional and well done.
It was fun. It was fun putting it together.
Okay, we got a couple more, and then Benny's coming up the Sunday night. I don't know where he is.
He was in the window making funny faces at me.
Okay, it's time for the G-Rock's Restaurant Review. Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, that's
American
a fun song.
Steel, everybody,
Yeah.
Serious South.
Yeah, Marie did a good job on writing that.
You guys, your voices and the duo, like you said, is duet.
Yeah.
Really good.
Cool. Well, listen, Matt, for all your fans out there and everything, I just want to give a little shout out because the demo stuff that you were playing earlier from the track that were I did a number of years ago. So, A Girl Like You finally found a home. And
I like that Girl Like You.
Yeah, Papa Jean's Blues. If everybody goes to my website right now, you can actually download those songs for free.
Can't beat that, everybody.
Yeah, so
free.
Just go to SeanRoberts.net. Sean spelled SEAN, just like the famous Connery. SeanRoberts.net, and you can download all those songs for free. So, and then everything else too. It's up there on the new website.
Right.
They can buy it directly from me. So, or if you want, you can still go through iTunes.
Right.
But you can buy all the albums.
You get these for free.
So these ones are for free, yeah, but all the albums are up there, even the ones Bob knows best. So if you want to buy those, you guys can and everything and so forth. And then don't forget the County Line Band too. So
right, don't forget everybody.
Yeah.
After the show tonight, check out G Rock's Demo Radio YouTube, and you'll be able to see us and all our other past podcasts. Next week we have the NASCAR Auto Club 400, and then the following week we have Patrick Carrico. March 30th, the Seville Street Blues Band. Then April 6th, Patrick Carrico. So if you want to play and have your music played on G Rock's Demo Radio, just check me out at grockforyou@yahoo.com. Okay, we're going to leave you with Affection. Mm-hmm. And that's off of The Boy Inside the Man.
Yeah.
Little, while we're going out.
Sure, yeah.
All right, thanks everybody.
Thank you.
See you in a couple weeks. You are rocking with G Rock. This is the Demo Radio.